our learners. Bakit ko po ito nabanggit? Tandaan po natin na ang ating kagawaran ay naglabas po ng DepEd Order number 16 Series of 2017 about research management guidelines. Tandaan po natin na ang ating kagawaran ay naglabas po ng DepEd Order number 16 para our learners. 2017 about research management guidelines. Tandaan po natin na ang ating kagawaran ay naglabas po ng DepEd Order number 16 para our learners. 2017 about research management na makakatulong sa ating mga mag-aaral at sa paraan ng ating pagtuturo. It's high time for us to jump into research. Di ba narinig nga natin, ano ba yan research ng research? When we talk about research, it means we wanted to contribute to society para mas mapaganda ang sistema ng ating edukasyon. May mga researches na makakatulong gaya ng ICT application and tools na kung saan masisigurado natin na makakapag-contribute tayo para sa ikabubuti ng educational system ng ating bansa. Please take time also to visit the DepEd Order number 16 Series of 2017 para malaman ang nilalaman ng research management guidelines na ito. And the simplest way to do is to conduct a classroom-based research. Let's move on. Ang kasunod po sa kaparaan paano natin mareretool ang ating sarili is to contribute and create rich resources based on UNESCO-identified distance learning solutions. Sir Mark, bakit UNESCO na naman po ang inyong binabanggit? Pakatandaan natin na ang UNESCO ay isang organisasyon na tumutulong para ma-enhance pa ang pagtuturo at kagalingan ng mga guro para sa benefit ng ating mga mag-aaral. When you visit this link, this en.unesco.org/COVID-19/education-response/solutions, ay makikita natin ang iba't ibang kaparaanan ng mga bansa kung papaano nila hinanapan ng solusyon para maitawid ang pagkatuto ng kanilang mga mag-aaral. And remember the last one, share, teach, and inspire more teachers and learners on the use of distance learning solutions. The COVID-19 pandemic opened our eyes to look for a new horizon on how we are going to face teaching. Kung dati, face-to-face classroom instruction ang ating nagagawa, ngunit sa pandemya ang ating naranasan, tinuruan tayo nito para mabago ang ating perspektibo sa paraan na rin ng ating pagtuturo. Just like our Secretary of Education have said, we have to come up with creative ways in modernizing our education system. And we quote, modernizing. Kung tayo po ay nasa traditional pa rin na kaparaanan, paano tayo makakasabay sa takbo ng panahon? We always hear and say, we want quality education. Then in order for us to have quality education, we will move towards having quality educators. Nasa sa atin na yan. We are quality teachers. Nasa sa atin iyon. Pero papaano natin ito mapapolish like a diamond? We need to undergo a process. Hindi mabilisan, ngunit ito ay siguradong matututo tayo para sa ikabubuti ng lahat. For us to come up with creative ways in modernizing education, we need to overcome and do the following. Tanungin ang inyong sarili kung ito ay inyo nang nagawa. Number 1, identify the appropriate teaching strategies to help learners in any type of learning environment. Tayo ba ay nakasubok ng gumamit ng DepEd Commons? Sinubukan ba natin ang pagbe-blend ng paggamit ng modular material sa paggamit ng DepEd TV? Sinubukan na rin ba natin ang DepEd Radio sa paggamit, nakabahagi nito ang mga modular print materials? These tools are not stand-alone. These tools need to work hand in hand in order for us to achieve quality learning. Tandaan, walang perpektong solusyon, pero tayo ang gagawa ng paraan para ito ay magawan ng perpektong kaparaanan para maisagawa. Number 2, implement the use of technology in instruction. Yan ba ay ating nagawa? Kung opo, mahusay. I remember my teacher way back in high school, Ma'am Angelita Wenda. Nung kami po ay nagkaroon ng virtual reunion ng aking batchmates in high school, kanyang na-mention o nabanggit na ang mga guru daw, kabilang na po si Ma'am Wenda ay napilitan na mabago ang kanilang perspektibo sa paggamit ng ICT, and with this constant practice ay kanila itong na-improve. At ako ay natutuwa sapagkat naging kabahagi kami sa prosesong ito. Kung kayo po ay natuto sa paggamit ng teknolohiya, gamitin ito para sa ating mga mag-aaral. Because our learners also will benefit from it. Tandaan natin na lahat, karamihan sa ating ginagamit ay nasa teknolohiya na po. We need to open our minds to move towards this modality sapagkat yan ang hinahanap ng future education. Number 3, we need to foster student relationships and learn from the experiences by listening to them. Tandaan natin na may mga nahahanap ang ating mga mag-aaral na mga possible solution na pwedeng makatulong. Let's learn from them, listen to them, and try it out. Wala namang masama. Sabi nga natin, try and try until we succeed. Number 4, embrace change and contribute to be the change. Ano ang ibig sabihin nito? Pakatandaan natin na ang ating ways of living right now is totally different at mahirap itong ibalik doon sa tinatawag nating normal, because the new normal is now abnormal. Mga kaguro, gaya ng ating ginagawang session ngayon, yes, it's online. Dati sanay tayo na uma-attend tayo sa big conferences, nakikinig tayo sa speaker, pero ngayon nasa screen na lamang. This change is also associated when we conduct our lessons. Importante na tayo ay maging kabahagi at alam natin ang tawag sa iba't ibang klase ng mga learnings na ito. Number 5, be forward-thinking and anticipate the future. Kailangan ay alam natin kung ano ang pwede nating maiko-contribute at maisasagawa. Pag tayo ay nakahanap ng bagong tools or application or even software, try to learn from it, share it, and everybody will be happy because all of us learn together. Mga kaguro, ito ang pakatandaan natin kapag nag-retool tayo ng ating mga sarili. We need to relearn, unlearn, and learn something new. These are the formats of online activity and sessions for our learners and also with our teachers as well. 1, synchronous learning. Sir Mark, ano ba ang synchronous learning? Ito ang sesyon na kinakailangan mong umaten ng kasabay para makonsider ang iyong participation o attendance. Halimbawa, kung ikaw ay nag-conduct ng isang virtual class at synchronous ang format nito, ikaw ay kinakailangan mag-check ng attendance ora in punto. Ibig sabihin, kung wala siya doon, absent ang mag-aaral na ito. Yan ang synchronous learning. Ginagawa rin ito sa isang conference, malakihan man o maliit. Those who are attending synchronously should be in one streaming, gaya ng Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, o ng Zoom. Ngunit ang ginagamit ng EdTech unit ay wala sa mga ito. Pakaabangan kung ano ang tawag sa learning na ito. Number 2, ang asynchronous learning. Sa ating pangalawang bilang, makikita natin na ito ay isang pagbabago sa face-to-face o yung tinatawag natin na kasabay. Ang asynchronous naman ay pag-attend sa session, nakaugnay nito ang tinatawag natin na freedom. May kalayaan ka 24/7 para matapos ang isang activity bound with time. Kinakailangan kung merong asynchronous learning, session, webinar, training, alam natin kung kailan ang deadline nito sapagkat nakakatulong ito para ma-budget natin ang ating oras. Asynchronous learning can also be given to our learners. Ika nga, nagbibigay ka ng deadline, pero pwede nila itong i-access 24/7 based on their availability of time. At mga kaguro, matutuhan natin ang pangatlong activity, synchronous learning. Pag sinabi natin synchronous learning, yan ang kinokonduct na session ng ICTS Educational Technology Unit for the longest time. We are not utilizing Google Meet, we are not utilizing Microsoft Teams, and we are not using Zoom, but we are using Facebook and YouTube to stream our live sessions. Yon, pumapasok ang synchronous activity. Para ang teachers na gustong manood, synchronous nilang gagawin. Pero hawak nila ang kanilang mga oras kung kailan nila gustong mag-register o sagutan o ipasa ang kanilang mga activity. Papasok ang asynchronous learning. Therefore, when we talk about synchronous learning, it's the combination of synchronous and asynchronous learning. Marami tayong nakikitang negative thoughts or comments about the session. Naririnig natin, ay, holiday. Kaya nga po, ito ginawang synchronous learning so that our teachers will have their own freedom of time. Tandaan natin, synchronous learning ang kinokonduct ng ICTS Educational Technology Unit. And for us also to be aware of this different online activity, tandaan, hindi lamang to dadalawa. Meron tayong tatlo. Banggitin nga natin na sabay-sabay. Synchronous learning, asynchronous learning, and synchronous learning. This format can be applied in professional development courses and webinars. For example, kung ano ang kinokonduct ng CMEU Inotech, UNESCO, that's synchronous learning. Pero meron ding mga session na kinokonduct na kinakailangan mong atinan synchronously. Again, ang kinokonduct po ng ICTS EdTech Unit ay synchronous learning. We respect your time, priority, and you have the freedom, your option to learn, relearn, and unlearn. Sa mga kaguro natin, tumotal po tayo ng 172,000 teachers currently tuned in. Maraming salamat po sapagkat umattend kayo ng ating synchronous session. However, with other teachers na ninais po in your own respective free time, then you have the freedom to do it. Sabi ko nga po, synchronous learning ang ating isinasagawa. Ito ang tatlong konsepto na kinakailangan natin para miretool ang ating mga sarili. Alam natin kailan gagamitin ang synchronous, asynchronous, at synchronous. Dahil dyan mga kaguro, mabuhay kayong lahat, mabuhay ang mga gurong Pilipino, kayo ang mukha ng bayani sa kasalukuyang panahon. Sa ating mga kaguro na nanonood ngayon, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig dahil ang susi sa quality education ay hindi lamang po sa ating mga leader sa pamahalaan. Kayo ang susi para tayo ay magtagumpay sa larangang ito. We will help each one. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Sir Mark. That was definitely an interesting topic. No? It's
Yes,
indeed very
yes.
helpful to our teachers.
Saka bukod dun sa ating pagiging interesting ng topic, may mga baon sa atin si Sir Mark na nagmarka sa akin
Nag-mark
na
ka.
dapat natin maalala bilang teachers ng new normal. Ito, meron ako. Ilan dito we have. Naalala ko yun, there is no perfect solution, pero when we help one another, tayo bilang mga guro nagtutulungan, we could be the perfect solution. You like it?
Yes, I like that. And also, ito naman yung na-take note ko na sinabi niya na nag-mark ka sa akin. The COVID-19 pandemic will not stop us from delivering quality education.
Yes, and tayo mga teachers, di ba, nabanggit din. Relearn, unlearn, relearn, learn. Learn. Kasi dapat let's quench for learning.
Yes.
Yun, yung mga ganong lalim na nakuha ko ngayon. Pero, tinake note din ni Sir Mark, huwag natin kalimutan, na kung may mga katanungan po tayo regarding our C-card, let's go to letedconnect.com.ph.
Yes, nasabi yun ni Sir Mark, no? Yung mga wala pang DepEd SIM card, yung mga teachers natin dyan na hindi pa nakakakuha ng kanilang DepEd SIM card, pumunta lang po tayo sa depedconnect.com.ph. Nandun po ang proseso kung paano tayo makakakuha.
Tama. And just wait. Darating at darating yan para sa inyo. Dahil nga, nakikinig po ang DepEd sa bawat isa.
Yes.
So, Teacher Pao, bago natin pakilala ang ating mga susunod na speaker at mga magagandang topic na naman for today, konting shoutout muna tayo dyan.
Yes. Sino ba ang gusto mong batiin?
Naku, alam mo, Teacher Pao, masaya ako. Gusto ko muna pasalamatan ang ating ang mula sa Division of Navotas, ang aking Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Ali Banes. Good morning po. Ma'am Gemma Villaluna, Ma'am Loida Balasa, ang aking pubuting principal, Dr. Maria Cristina Robles, Sir Edifer Cosmiano, aking head, Sir Rafael Felices, at ang mga teachers. I love you na po, SDO Navotas. Hi!
Yes, okay. Ito sa mga teachers natin sa SDO Navotas. At syempre, hindi rin naman papahuli ang SDO Malabon. So,
Yes.
walang batiin ang aming SDS, Dr. Mauros Itegulan, at ang aming ASDS, Dr. Ernest Joseph C. Cabrera. And of course, ang head ng Potrero National High School kung saan ako nagmula, our school head, Dr. Olivia Q. Martin, at sa mga teachers ng Potrero National High School at ng buong SDO Malabon, hello po sa inyo dyan.
Yan! Malabon na botas, magkapit-bahay tayo, sama-sama tayo, tabi tayo ng tubig. Ganyan tayo. At bukod dyan, binabati din po natin ang Rahal Centro Elementary School, SDO Nueva Ecija.
At ang bagong silang high school from SDO Caloocan, Dr. Marisa A. Feliciano, ang kanilang principal. Hello po. And Ma'am Nerissa Losaria, ang kanilang SDS.
And let's not forget, binabati din po natin ang ating mga guro at mga minamahal mula sa Makati Science High School. Hello po kayo. Good morning.
Sir. And don't forget paalala lang ulit natin sa ating teachers, yung mga bagong pasok. Don't forget to register sa LMS. So
Okay.
natin,
Yes.
makukuha ang ating certificate. Yan na rin naman serve as our attendance, yung
Opo.
registration po natin.
Nandiyan po sa LMS course, yung ating po-provide dyan ang ating Certificate of Attendance and Participation. Yeah, love you. Meron pa, let's greet our friends from mula sa Silanganan Elementary School, Dr. Marilyn Lau Reynolds.
Yes, from Lanida.
Yeah, and
Ayan.
also, binabati din natin.
From General Emilio Aguinaldo National High School, Division of Imus City, Cavite. Hello po
Yan.
sa teachers natin dyan.
Hindi ginado. Bayani yung mga teacher natin dyan. Bayani din po kayo dyan.
Yes.
Thank you. Manuel I. Santos, National High School. Binabati po namin kayo. Love.
Yes. Okay. So now, teacher, Sir Avincent, ano na ba ang next topic kaya natin?
Ito, Teacher Pao. Ang susunod nating topic. Our next topic is all about, isa to sa mga nagiging problema nating teachers. Pag tayo, naghahanap tayo ng mga materials like videos, photos para sa ating mga presentations, sa ating mga learning materials, isa sa mga nagiging best friend nating lahat ay si Google, right?
Yes.
Pero, we have to take note na hindi lang Google. We have this so-called Open Educational Resources or OERs. Ano yung OERs?
Open Educational Resources.
Tama ka dyan. At para maipaliwanag pa sa atin kung ano ang mga advantages of using these Open Educational Resources, narito, we have two speakers for this topic.
Yes, we have two speakers. The first speaker that we have, he is a mathematics teacher and the lead trainer of Open Educational Resources in the Department of Education, and he has been working in the Department of Education for 16 years, doing national, regional, division, and school training around the Philippines. Some of his accomplishments and achievements include Microsoft Certified Educator, Google Certified Educator for levels 1 and 2, Google Certified Trainer, Microsoft Education Ambassador, Microsoft Certified Azure AI Fundamentals, Outstanding National Service Training Program Implementer at Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa, Outstanding Alumni of Muntinlupa National High School, Wood Badge holder of Boy Scout of the Philippines, and he serves as a national, regional, council, and schools trainer. All these credentials definitely made him an outstanding citizen of Muntinlupa since 2014. And he's none other than Sherwin Gonzalez Lumeta.
And meron pa tayong isang kasama pa mga minamahal nating mga guro. We have our co-speaker for this morning. She is currently working under the office of the ICTS EdTech Unit as an EdTech specialist and one of the designated project leads of Open Educational Resources in DepEd. She is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and currently taking up Masters of Arts in Education, major in Administration and Supervision. In her 5 years of experience in DepEd, she earned various international certifications such as Microsoft Certified Educator, Google Certified Educator Level 1 and 2, and Adobe Creative Educator. And she is also a recognized Apple teacher. She is an Itulay tutor and mentor in senior high school empowerment technology subject. She was nominated as one of the senior high school outstanding Itulay tutors for school year 2020 to 2021. Ito pa, her expertise has brought her to several speaking engagements, particularly in integrating apps in education. As an active advocate of OER since 2019, she has spearheaded several OER national training workshops in Palawan. In everything she does, she offers it for the greater glory of God. Let us welcome ang ating speaker for this topic, Miss Sarah J, aka Tutor Jane Contreras Sarino, with Sir Sherwin O. Lumeda.
Hello everyone, good morning. Sir She, you're on mute.
Excited ako. Sorry naman.
Super
Okay, so
excited
yan, good
ba,
morning,
Sir?
partner. So okay, na-excite
Yes,
ako
sir.
ngayong araw na to. Ikaw ba?
Of course, I'm so excited na rin, Sir She, na i-share ito sa ating mga teachers. And ayan, I think, pwede na natin simulan, Sir She.
Okay, so take it away, partner. Ikaw na muna mauna. God bless.
Okay, see you later. All right, let's just share my screen. Oops. Yan. Isang magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. I am Sarah Jane Contreras Serino, your first speaker for this session, Advantages of Using Open Educational Resources, or the OER. These are objectives for the session. Number 1, familiarize with the graphical user interface of Kotobi Author and integration with LMS. Number 2, determine the advantages and benefits of OER. And number 3, propose innovative solutions to empower and maximize the use of technology in teaching learning process. Let's begin. So what is OER? When we say OER, it refers to free and or available educational materials that comes with a permission for anyone to use, modify, or share. The William and Flora Hewlett Foundation provides the following definition of OER, as you can see on your screen. Open educational resources are teaching, learning, and research material in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no-cost access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or limited restrictions. OER is a declaration influenced by, number 1, Article 26 of the United Nations Universal Declaration on Human Rights, which says that everyone has the right to education. And also, Article 13.1 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, recognize the right of everyone to education. All right. So there are 5R activities of OER. For an education resource or material to be open, it must satisfy the 5R activities of OER. Number 1, to retain. When we say retain, make use and own control copy of the content and control own copy of the content. Number 2, our next is the reuse. When we say reuse, use the content as is. Next, we have the revise, adopt, justify, modify, improve, or alter the content. We also have the remix, the fourth R, combine the original or revised content with other OER to create something new. And the last R in the 5R activities of OER is the redistribute. You can share your copies of the original content, revisions, or remixes with others. So, OER and DepEd. Yang muna kayo ng konting trivia. Did you know? Ayan. Did you know? Kilala nyo ba yung mga nandun sa screen? So, OER started in April 24, 2019 when Mr. Mark Anthony CC, our head of the EdTech unit, the previous speaker po, ating first speaker kanina, he trained 10 teachers and 2 colleagues from ICTS office to spread the OER advocacy nationwide with the help of UNDP. So OER is the first offshoot project of the Digital Rights Program in providing quality, accessible, relevant, and liberating education. This is under the leadership of Yusik Alain Pasqua and ICTS Director Abram YC Abanil. Ayan po si Sir Mark sa gitna. Next. With a continued commitment and efforts to provide professional development programs to teachers, this original group grew into a larger number called OER National Core Leaders, OER Advocates, and OER Volunteers. Hundreds of thousands of teachers were trained nationwide since 2019 under OER program. So I am so blessed to be part of this advocacy. Dito po ako nakasali sa Cluster 1. Okay, why OER for DepEd? Number 1, teacher can retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute learning materials. So with OER OER in-depth and comments are authored by public school teachers who are subject expert, properly recognized and acknowledged. With OER, teacher can retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute learning materials. Teachers are also able to customize content to fit the learning needs and goals of learners. So the localization of contents in the Philippine context, values, culture, and tradition is possible with OER. All right, so next. Another one, it makes education more accessible to those in seemingly difficult to reach locations and challenging situations. Third, OER is a different pathway of using technology in making the disconnected schools connected. And of course, number 4, no internet, no problem. The e-modules can be used both online and offline. Therefore, no internet, no problem. So I'll show you a walkthrough on the ebook development later. So this is the Open Educational Resources Program of DepEd. We have the basic program, advanced program, proficiency, and the last is the transformative program. The focus of my presentation is the ebook development, wherein this is under the proficiency program. Yes, sir?
Hi, Tutor Jane. Tutor Jane.
Yes.
Hi, Ma'am Jane. At I'll be interrupting you for a quick lang na reminder sa ating mga Vincent participants po this morning. So meron po tayong na-receive na report na meron daw pong kumakalat na forms na kung saan nakalagay po doon na an attendance form or parang registration form or kung ano man po yung form. Ay, again po, reminder po sa atin, be alert po at baging matalino na wala po tayong pinapaikot or wala po tayong nirelease na attendance form or anumang registration form na kung saan meron pa daw po na nagre-require ng digital certificate or digital signature rather or signature. So again po, wag po tayong magbibigay kahit ano po yan no sa ating mga na-encounter sa araw-araw sa buhay-buhay natin, whether it's sa DepEd or kung ano man po. Alamin po natin kung legit po ba ang source. Lalong-lalo na kung kailangan natin mag-upload ng ID or mag-upload ng ating digital signature. Again po, tayo mga kaguro ay magtulong-tulungan at muli po ay pinapaalalahanan